Hey, what's up YouTube? Sean Kashishin with LA Tech Trends here. Today we're going to be talking about Dead Island 2 Sola, which is essentially a parody of the Coachella Valley Festival, which takes place in the Los Angeles area every year, except, well, it's infested with zombies. You know how Dead Island 2's Haus DLC took place in Malibu? Well, this time we're taking it to the desert. We're taking it to all the party fiends and all the ravers at the Sola Festival on April 17th. We started off the year with the Haus DLC, actually towards the end of 2023, and that took place in Malibu with a supernatural cult trying to gain eternal life through grotesque means, to put it lightly. I absolutely loved this DLC, but the one thing that I did not like about it was that it did not introduce new zombie types like the Sola Festival plans on doing, with 2 new zombie types, new weapons, and the obvious new story and new levels. The thing about the Haus DLC was that it really introduced something completely different visually speaking without introducing new enemy types. Here you get more of the same. As you can tell, it's more of an outdoor environment, whereas Haus took place more indoors. And yeah, it's essentially not going to be as painted over like Haus was. There were points in Haus where it felt like a completely different game to me, and I'm being completely honest, it really did. But this takes more of the traditional Dead Island 2 approach, visually speaking. Speaking of Haus, remember how that DLC basically had all the same NPCs you knew and loved from the base game, just with these really weird leather costumes? Well, Haus is introducing 2 new enemy types and 2 new weapons at your disposal that you can use and just tinker around with to your heart's content. That's what I really love about Sola, is that this DLC is not only going to add story here, but it's going to add enemies to the Dead Island 2 universe that we have never seen before. And of course, weapons as well that will be so fun to tinker with. The Sola Festival comes to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series on April 17th for the low price of just $12.99 or $29.99 if you want to get the Season Pass with both the Sola and the Haus expansions. I don't know about you guys, but Dead Island 2 was definitely my favorite game of 2023. I was expecting this game to be absolute dog shit since it went through development hell for so long, but it surprised me in more ways than one, being my favorite zombie game of all time, being so satisfying, so detailed. So you bet your ass that I'm going to get my grubby little hands on the Sola DLC day one, especially at $12.99. Come on, man. I loved Haus. It just makes sense to get Sola, and I will let you know what I think about this new expansion when I review it after I complete it. Anyways, thanks for watching LA Tech Trends. Subscribe and take care, my friends.